In this video, I'm going to show you guys exactly how to go from zero experience in high ticket remote sales to making up to $30,000 a month in commission. This is the exact process that I myself used to go from a $15 an hour server to making over $30K a month in sales. I'm going to show you guys proof in a second. This is a full length remote high ticket sales course for free. Okay, it's going to be everything you need, no fluff like all these other gurus are talking about. I'm going to show you guys exactly what works and what I've personally done to make a disgusting amount of money in high ticket remote sales. This is the exact process that I use to go from $2,500 a month as a server at a restaurant to making over $30,000 a month in pure commissions. This is also the exact process that I've used to help hundreds of other people with zero experience in high ticket remote sales quit their job and do this full time. This isn't going to be some basic how to do sales, how to talk on the phone, how to cold call video. This is literally going to be everything you need to know about this industry so you don't have to watch another video on it again. So before we get into this, get a pen and paper out. This took me a long time to kind of organize, so please take it serious if you guys really do want to get into this industry. It is the best possible way to make money. I know everybody says that, but I've seen it firsthand. So get a pen and paper out. Let's get into it. First thing is first, why are you going to listen to me? Okay, 97% of the sales gurus online cannot show you a come up story like this. They cannot show the proof that they've made over $30,000 a month in commissions. And if they haven't made that much, there's no point in listening to them. They don't know what they're talking about. So not only have I helped multiple hundreds of people land their first offer and make a lot of money in high ticket remote sales, I've literally done it myself in the span of a year. So I'm going to show you guys the exact come up story with proof. So you guys know that I know what I'm talking about. Okay, so first things first, you guys can go check this as well. In my Twitter, I literally tracked my entire process from A to Z. From the second I got hired as an appointment setter in remote sales, which I'll get into what that actually means, I tracked my process. Okay, from Twitter, I've literally, from the day I set my first appointment for an influencer, I tracked my process. So March 15th, 2024. March was the month that I got into this industry. I said right here, March 15th, why is this the first job I've actually had that I kind of enjoy? I'm about to double the money at my 9 to 5. So basically my whole job was I would just reach out to people, book people for my closer. I'd book appointments that were qualified for my closer, and I'd get a commission on everything that ended up closing. So March 18th right here. So throughout March, I was just an appointment setter. I was making 5% commission on everything that closed. I was still working my 9 to 5. I just did this as a side hustle on the side. I was only doing 1.5 hours of work a day. So for about 2 to 3 months long, I was literally just being an appointment setter. I was making anywhere from 1.5 to 3K a month. As you guys can see right here, I set 3K, set and close 3K. I was starting to sort of dabble into closing as well. So after about my second month, I was collecting tens of thousands of dollars. I did over 20K cash collected in a few weeks. So I printed $30,000 in commissions, and I was making 7.5% commissions. Sometimes I was making 15% if I closed it as well. So this month I made about $3,500. Once I made $3,500 in a month as a high ticket setter, I quit my 9 to 5 job. I figured, all right, that's enough money to finally get me off my feet, cover my rent, and just go all in on this. So once I made that amount of money, May right here was when I quit my job. This right here was when I was like, all right, I made enough money, so now I have enough proof of concept to where I can quit my job. Was this risky? 100%. But at the end of the day, if I didn't take this risk, I wouldn't be where I am. So I quit my job right here. And then this right here was when I transitioned to closer. So I was starting to set and close a lot of deals. So I was understanding the concepts of closing as well. I picked it up pretty quickly. I had zero sales experience before this, but it wasn't super hard. I'll get into why, but it wasn't that hard in general. So right here, May was when I quit my job. I ended up moving up to closer, and I closed $60,000 in a single month. I was getting bonuses and stuff, so I made about $8,000 in commissions. That was a disgusting amount of money for me. I'd never seen that much money in a month in my entire life, so that was enough conviction to just fully invest in my skill set and go all in. And now notice right here I said a good offer will do wonders for a sales team. I'm going to get into what that actually means, but this is a huge part of high ticket remote sales that a lot of gurus don't talk about, is the offer. Very important. So I ended up closing a little bit more. 4 months ago, I was running around serving tables. This is June. This month I closed $83,000 in sales for my fucking laptop. This month I closed $83,000 in sales. So I was just posting some motivational stuff, starting to grow my personal brand. And after June, after I kind of went all in, it started to get pretty nice. Okay, so by June 14th, about 14 days later, I started to hit $1,000 profit days, $1,000 commission. I was collecting like $10,000 a day. I was getting really good. So I started to just fully invest in it. I became super obsessed with it. By July, which is the next month, I ended up selling my Nissan Altima to buy a Tesla. So I was starting to upgrade my life slowly. It's crazy to see actual results when I had $1,000 in my bank account a few months ago. Learn a skill that'll make other people money. I was actually spitting with this, which is very true. If you can make other people money, which is what a sales rep is, you can get a commission of it for no stress. All you have to do is close the deals on behalf of somebody else. So this was the best industry, okay? So this was July. By August, I was fully invested. I was getting really, really good. I had over $400,000 collected with this shitty setup. I ended up moving out of my hometown, getting a nice apartment to really lock in. And once I got this apartment and really locked in, it was wraps. I started to make a disgusting amount of money. I closed $43,000. In September alone, in just 1 week, I closed $43,000. So I was making about 20 to 30K a month in commissions. Really, really good. As you can hear, number one closer, $43,000 cash collected. Colby closed. So this was just a single week, September 11th to September 19th. I was absolutely crushing it. It was just ridiculous. Here's some of the checks that I've gotten: $40,000 in commissions, $34,000 in commissions, $20,000 in commissions. No other guru can show you the proof like this. They really can't. They're just trying to teach you how to get into it. They're just trying to sell you a course on how to do high ticket sales. They didn't actually do the process themselves. So as you guys can see, close rate 69%, 70%, 64%, crazy high close rates. And I wouldn't even consider myself like a master at sales. Like, there are people that are way better. I just know the game. I know how the game works, and I understand why people buy. And that's why I feel like I have the credibility to talk about this. So as you guys can see right here, I've cash collected hundreds of thousands of dollars in a month, and I was on a 10% commission split. So you're commission-based sales reps. That's basically the whole point. And at this point, I was making so much, and I had such a crazy come-up story that a lot of people don't see results like this in high-ticket remote sales. So I had people starting to hit me up asking for mentorship. So I started to teach some people. Here's Steph. He's one of the students inside Paid in Full, which is our mentorship program. And within his first week as a setter, he collected $23,000 from the methods that we have, from our scripting and pretty much just teaching him how to actually do it correctly. So he made over $1,000 in commissions that week. I was able to buy my dream car, dream watch. I bought a Tesla. I bought a Range Rover, whatever. None of that stuff actually matters, but this is just the proof. Okay, this is the proof that no other gurus can show you that they actually did this in the span that I did it. I wouldn't consider myself special. Like, for a while, I was like, oh, it's the only reason I'm doing really well. Am I like 1 out of 1,000? Like, am I the only person that can do this? But that's just not the case. And I kind of figured that I wasn't the only one that could do this. People were just doing it wrong. They were just led in the wrong direction about this industry, because Steph was doing it. There was a bunch of other people that were doing it once we started to teach them how to do it correctly. But in this video, I'm going to break down everything about this industry so that you can do it for free and understand the process on your own if this is an industry you decide to go with. So hopefully this adds some sort of credibility to my story. I literally have everything tracked on my Twitter, on my YouTube. You can scroll down to my old videos after this. Everything to show that I've actually done this. But anyway, get a pen and paper out. Let's get into the actual sauce of this and how to actually get into this industry. Full course from A to Z. Let's get into it. So my first year in high ticket remote sales, over $300,000 profit. You guys just saw the proof, okay? And most people don't understand how it actually works. You can start earning money in literally under 14 days. I put 14 days. I probably made my first $100 as an appointment setter within my first week. It's very, very easy to do if you actually understand how it works. So what is a remote sales rep? Basically what this is you are being a sales rep for online influencers and course creators like Iman, like TJR Trades, like Bread Scales. The whole reason that these guys right here post content online is to sell a course teaching you guys how they got rich. That's the whole point of it, okay? You guys have seen this time and time again. Andrew Tate, Ty Lopez, all these dudes do this method. They make lifestyle content, they post content in general to get you guys to buy their courses. That's the whole point that they do it. These guys are making millions and millions and millions of dollars selling their coaching programs, their courses, their mentorships, their masterminds. They cannot handle the sales calls themselves. And when I say sales calls, I mean all these people that flood their DMs all day long. Like, do you do one-to-one mentorship? You know how many DMs these guys probably get every day? Like, oh, do you guys do one-to-one mentorship? What industry are you in? How do I get started with this? All these people that are in their DMs are potential leads. So your job as a sales rep is to make all the phone calls, to go into their DMs, to nurture all of these people to buy their program. And you get paid anywhere 5 to 15% commission on that sale. So these people, TJR's course, I think is like $3,500. Bread Scales course is $5,000. Iman's is anywhere from $2,500 to like $50,000. So they're all high ticket courses. So if you make 5 to 15% on everything you sell, you're gonna make a lot of money. That's just how it is. So the reason it works so well is because they're warm leads. They're not cold calls. These people that are opting in, that are DMing them, have been watching these people for so long. They're very, very warm. They're not cold. They know about the product. They understand the program. Number two is it's high ticket. It's anywhere from $2,000 to $5,000. So your commissions are pretty substantial. You're making a decent amount of money, anywhere from $100 to $1,000 per close, okay? Number three is your proven products, okay? You're selling established programs with proven track records. If these guys were complete and utter scammers, which there's a lot of allegations out there of that, but if that was true, then these guys would have gotten shut down a long time ago. They've been selling their courses for years and years, so That's just not the case. There's proven products, there's case studies. And number 4, it's a scalable income. The better I got at it month after month, the more money I made month after month. So depending on how much you want to work, you could literally just scale your income over and over. So it's very simple. You don't need elite sales skills. You don't need a suit and tie. It's not like a corporate sales job. You need a laptop, you need Wi-Fi, and you need to be well spoken. Those are very, very important things. You're probably thinking, I've never done sales before. I don't want to grind all day. I'm not a salesy person. I can tell you firsthand, as you guys have seen my process, you don't need any of those things. So what exactly do you need? So what do you need to do? First thing you need to know, so influencer guru, sell some sort of course. This doesn't have to be the biggest guys in the space like this. It could be a micro influencer, which I'll get into in a second. They have a problem. They have hundreds of interested applications, but they don't have enough time to hop on. This is where you come in, you get on calls with people that are already interested, you collect their payment, handle their objections, get them over the line, and then get a commission on it. This is how I was able to make a disgusting amount of money doing this. And I had a 57% close rate average over 400 calls, which means roughly every other person I hopped on a call with closed. And that's not because I'm a genius, it's because the leads are super, super warm. The reason that this industry is so much easier than everything else is because it's not door to door, it's not SMMA cold calls, it's not growth operating. The person getting on the call with you has already watched 10 plus hours of his or her content from the influencer. They already know what they do for work, they just want to learn how to do it. They're already pretty much ready to buy whatever they offer. By the time they get to you as a sales rep, they are pretty much damn near already sold. They just need that little push over the edge. So you're pretty much like a cash collector at the end of the day, because the influencer has already done so much marketing on their lifestyle. They're buying cars, they're buying watches, they're doing stuff to prove that this actually works, which is marketing. So by the time you as a sales rep talks to the lead, they're pretty much sold. And the thing is, the funny thing about this is that in this industry is so new that I've seen so many bad sales reps that make a lot of money. I think that's why I was able to see so much success so quick, because the top closer on the offer that I ended up closing for was not good at all. Like, I saw his cold calls, I saw his calls, and I was like, dude, if this guy's making 10K a month, I could come in and make 30K a month, just because I knew my work ethic, I knew my hustle. If you have some sort of motivation and will, you can take over this industry. Like, people are not good at sales that make a lot of money with this. So as long as you're able to land a good offer, you're gonna make tons of money. It's just inevitable. So let's get into the actual specifics of this, okay? There's 2 types of sales reps in this industry. So if you guys remember earlier, I was talking about an appointment setter. So I started as an appointment setter for the first 2 months. So first things first is appointment setter. Appointment setter is more beginner friendly. So if you have 0 sales experience, you're a little bit nervous to get into this industry, I would start as an appointment setter. Okay, you make 2.5 to 7.5% commissions. It's either through phone calls or DM. So it's not like a Zoom call or anything like that. It's literally just a phone call. It doesn't require a ton of skill. The whole point of an appointment setter is to basically take the people that are like in their DMs that are somewhat interested and basically qualify them so that they have enough money. They're actually interested in getting mentored by the influencer to get booked a call with the closer who actually collects the payment, if that makes sense. So you're kind of like the filter between everyone that is serious about doing it and not serious about doing it, so that the closer doesn't sit there all day with people that are broke or people that aren't serious about buying. So you're basically just a qualifier to make sure they're a good fit for the program, they have money to invest so you don't waste the closer's time, and you make sure they show up to the closing call. That is it. And every time the closer closes that deal and collects payment, you get paid your commission. So if you book someone that's completely broke, you're not gonna get paid, okay? You only get paid when the closer closes the deal on your behalf. Very simple. Closer, as I explained, is the person that hops on the call, closes them to actually collect the payment. So this is a more stressful position because you are literally collecting their payment on call. A lot of people are gonna be nervous, they're gonna be scared, fearful, so it takes a little bit more skill, but because of that, you get a bigger income potential. You're never gonna be able to make 30 to 50K a month as a setter. You can make anywhere from like 3 to 10K a month. Closer is where all the money actually is, but it's more stressful, right? Like, a lot of people don't want to show their face on Zoom calls. I was comfortable with it because I was trying to make as much money as possible. You get 10 to 15% commission. It requires more skill and experience, a lot more stressful, and it's not very beginner friendly. This is why I was a setter for 2 months before I actually moved to closer. But in my opinion, I think everyone should start as a setter for about 2 to 3 months, move to closer, and then start to make a lot of money. So yeah, very simple. There's 2 types of sales reps in this industry. So once you decide what kind of sales rep you want to be, if you're a beginner, start as this. If you've been in like corporate sales for a while and you really feel like you're going to be good at closing, you could start as a closer. Now you have to get a job. Okay, so you got to find an influencer to work for. And that may sound a little bit stressful, a little bit scary to find an influencer, but you don't have to work for a massive influencer. You can work for like micro people that are still making over 100K a month, which I'll get into. So first things first, all right? you want to pick an evergreen market to sell for. So for example, these guys right here, Iman teaches people how to do SMMA. SMMA is a very attractive business model because it makes sense. It basically teaches old business owners how to market their social media to get more leads and make money. It makes sense. This guy right here teaches people how to day trade. Also a very attractive business model. Brez right here teaches people how to run Facebook ads for brands. Very attractive business model where you can make a lot of money. So you want to choose a market that's attractive, that people can easily get results with, so they actually make money with it. So picking an evergreen market is important because if you pick the wrong market, you lose money, you waste time, you miss opportunities. So you don't want to do that. So I'm going to tell you guys the exact markets right here. So how do you pick the right market? So evergreen markets are markets that are going to be around forever. These are what you want, okay? So you want markets that improve people's health, improve people's relationship, or improve people's wealth. That is the most important thing. These are the core problems every single human being on the planet struggles with. So if you can fundamentally solve these issues with an influencer's product, you're gonna make money, okay? This attracts financially qualified, serious buyers rather than some sort of trend. You kind of want to stay away from trends. You can make money with like a meme coin course from an influencer, but you rely on virality. They're borderline scams. They're built on hype. There's no real, like, it's just something that's going to go up and die out. So you might make a little bit of money as a sales rep for an influencer selling a trend, but I would stay away from it, okay? Really just do evergreen markets. So let's get some examples of evergreen markets, okay? So something that's going to be around forever is fitness coaching, okay, huge. So like teaching 50-year-old men how to lose fat and gain muscle so that they can be around for their family longer, so that they can play basketball with their kids, so they can still, you know, live longer. That's a great one. People will pay thousands of dollars to learn how to get fit again. There's a lot of dating coaches that can make a really, really big amount of money because it's so painful for these like nerdy dudes to not know how to date, to not know how to like rizz up girls. Weird niche, but it makes a lot of money, okay? But my favorite niches ever, okay, are going to be the wealth niches, the make money online niches. These are huge, okay? So teaching people how to make money online is going to be massive. So any sort of SMMA, which I went into, trading is really, really big. Any sort of sales mentorship, teaching people how to get better at sales to make more money for their business, teaching people how to run ads, teaching people how to drop ship. All this shit is really cool. And also any sort of sub niche in this. So organic drop shipping or freelance brand scaling, which is basically SMMA rebranded, or agency growth, or people coin terms all the time. But at the end of the day, you want to stick with make money online, health, wealth, relationships. These are the niches that you want to be in. So you want to find an influencer online talking about one of these niches so you can be a sales rep for them. Very simple. Because at the end of the day, think about the people that these trends attract. They probably attract like young kids with no money looking to make $100,000 in a month. It's not good. You're not going to get many sales, which means you're not going to make much commission. The amount of pain the problem solves is going to make you way more money than something that doesn't solve. So the bigger the problem, the bigger the bag. All right, very simple. If you can genuinely teach a 30-year-old man how to replace his 9-to-5 corporate income and make 30 to 40 grand a month, he's willing to pay you a lot of money to teach him how to do that. If you as a sales rep is charging $10,000 for a course on how to make money, you're going to make $1,000 in commissions. So you definitely want, the bigger the problem, the bigger the bag. Very simple. So a bad market is like a college market. College dudes don't really have money sitting around. A course on how to teach SAT students how to get a higher score. A course on how to teach people how to get a higher SAT score is pretty bad. You're talking to high schoolers that have no money. There's no real ROI on their investment. They just get a higher exam score. So you want to make sure that it's a legit market, good market. A great market would be like an executive, teaching an executive how to effectively develop real estate. Like teaching an executive or a CEO how to invest into real estate the right way. That's a great mentorship because you know they have money. You know if anyone wants to invest into real estate, they have to have money up front. Or teaching people how to lose weight. There's a clear ROI in investment. You'll lose 30 pounds in 30 days, whatever it is. These are good markets because there's a direct relation to if they pay you money, they're going to get something back in return, guaranteed. Number 2 is finding a creator. Find an influencer that's going to be bringing the leads into you so you as a sales rep can sell them into the program for a commission. All right. This right here is going to be a determining factor on whether you make $500 a month or $5,000 a month or $50,000 a month. Huge requirement. All right. So the requirements in creators. Number 1, it can't be a new course that they just dropped. Okay. It has to be a course that they've been selling for a long time. TJR Trades, Iman, these guys right here I keep referring to. He's been selling courses forever. If you can become a sales rep for someone like that, you're golden. This, golden, golden. All right. These guys have been doing it for a long time. You don't want a new offer. You want something that's already worked. There's a lot of testimonials. They have student results, proof of concept. Their current sales reps are making anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000 a month minimum. They get paid out weekly. Red flags is if your influencer has no public testimonials. They've never gotten results for anyone. You're making low commission, weird payment structure. You don't really know where their traffic's coming from. They don't have a lot of followers, so it doesn't really make sense that they're making money. You are going to print money as a sales rep if you find someone with a cult-like audience. The engagement is super high. They're commenting on their YouTube videos. It's like a community. Like the guys I showed you above, the influencers, they have a cult-like community, okay? They have anywhere from 2K to 50K subscribers or followers. The reason I put this is because the chances you end up being a sales rep for Iman is pretty low. Like, he has millions and millions of followers. There's probably a lot of people that want to be a sales rep for him. So I recommend starting from this range right here, 2K to 50 subs with a cult-like following with a make money online offer. So where can you find these people? You can find them on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. This is the best place. I wouldn't go anywhere else. I wouldn't go to Facebook, nowhere else. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. That's it. So an example of a really good creator could be like this guy right here. He has 100K on YouTube, which is a little bit over the limit I said, but so this is a pretty micro niche creator. He gets 1K views, 6.4K views, 4.5K views, but he literally teaches people how to make money online. He literally talks about e-commerce, how to make viral ads, a genius $20 million a month. So imagine the people watching this video. They're probably really intrigued. They probably really want to make money. This guy's literally showing authority because he's teaching people how to do it. So they probably want to learn how to do what he does. So this is a great guy to be a sales rep for. This guy right here, okay, he has 58K subscribers. How to 5X your earnings from videos you already posted. If you post on YouTube without this, you're losing money. He's talking about making money online. Once again, great creator, okay? This guy right here, Josh Lyons, teaches people how to get better at sales to make more money. Great guy right here. Paul, Amazon Wholesale. I help people make 5K a month in 90 days. DM FBA to get mentors. So he sells a mentorship on teaching people how to get into Amazon. Once again, a make money online offer. These are all examples of really good creators. And lucky for you guys watching this video, there is about 50 million creators that are just like this, copy and paste. And for the next 50 years, they're going to keep popping up. So you're never going to be out of a job. If you learn the skill set of sales and know how to do this, you're always going to be able to find a creator that's selling some sort of mentorship, and you can be a sales rep for them. Very simple. The way you can find these creators is you can look up stuff online. You can go to YouTube and TikTok, and you can act like you're someone that wants to make money, okay? You can look up how to make $1 million a month with e-commerce, how to make 50K a year with e-commerce, how side hustles for Amazon FBA. You can just search that up on YouTube all day long. I'll give you guys some examples. So if I was trying to find a creator to be a sales rep for, I would look up something on YouTube like how to make an extra 10K a month from ecom. Okay, and then there's going to be a bunch of creators like this that pop up, and then you can pitch them to be a sales rep, which I'll teach you guys how to pitch them in a second. Also, like and subscribe if you guys like this video. I'm helping you guys make a lot of money. I'm giving free sauce that no one in this industry is doing, so like and subscribe if you like this video. Another example of what you can search up is how to run ads for my business, something like that. How to get better at sales, how to get better, all this stuff. And I would literally just type these three into ChatGPT and be like, give me 50 more prompts that I could type into YouTube to find people to be a high ticket sales rep for. ChatGPT will give you 50 different things you can look up. So from here, once you find these people, okay, you found a bunch of influencers. These are all good markets that you want to sell for that you could potentially make a lot of money with. Next step is actually landing your first job. So I've helped over 200 sales reps get in on offers with little to no sales experience. So I know exactly what these people are looking for and where they hire from. So these sort of creators that I just showed you, and even these creators up here, I know exactly what they're looking for in sales reps because I've been one of the top closers for one of the top creators in this game. Dudes that you watch on YouTube and Instagram every day, I've been the top sales rep behind the scene for those guys. Where they hire from is 3 places. Okay, they hire in 3 places. Number 1 is going to be their network. Okay, you're going to see a lot of these influencers like TJR Trades. I think he hired his brother to be like a closer or something like that. So it's going to be their friends, their coworkers, their sales managers, referrals. Okay, these people, they know how much money they can make as a high ticket sales rep. Like if you're selling $400,000 a month for TJR Trades, you're going to make 40 grand a month. That's a lot of money. So they're going to put their friends on. So number 1 is going to be their network. This is not you. Okay, so you can already X this out right here. Number 2 is going to be paid high ticket sales groups. So there's a lot of people, I have one myself, high ticket sales mentorship. I've actually hired all the appointment setters for TJR Trades team. So I know for a fact that this is true because even with my tiny personal brand and my little group of mentorship, they've hit me up to hire reps because they know I train them correctly. So the reason that they hired from paid high ticket sales groups is because they know people are trained. They know what they're doing. They've actually put money to invest into high ticket sales training. So they're serious. And it's a reliable source. They don't have to train them. Very simple. This makes sense why they do this. Definitely going to be the most popular place that they do it. But the third place that they hire reps from is just on their own. Like if someone DMs them, it's rare, but it happens that they'll hire reps from. So yeah, this happens. So if someone outreaches them as a setter in their email or DMs, this is getting pretty saturated, but it can happen. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen. So you can get hired via outreach. Creator likely can't source good reps, but the issue is if you're DMing like one of these influencers, like, hey man, is there any way I could be a sales rep for you? And they're actually responding and hiring you, chances are they don't really know how to source good sales reps, which is kind of a red flag for their offer. It's like, why are you hiring some random kid in your DMs rather than like going to get trained people? So it might be a red flag, so watch out for that. But if you have zero money to invest into high ticket sales mentorship, this is your only option, so you have to do it. So from here on your own, if you want to do outreach on your own, you have to record a Loom video. Basically what a Loom video is, it's a short intro about who you are, what you do, how you're going to help this person as an appointment setter or a closer, a brief background on your history. They want to see that you're well-spoken, you're going to represent the influencer well, you're going to get a lot of sales for them, you have a sales background, everything like that, okay? So your goal, if you have zero money to invest into high-ticket sales mentorship or a paid group, you're going to want to send out 5 to 25 personalized Looms every single day. So you're literally going to want to make Looms all day long and send them out and do outreach. It sucks, but you have no choice. If you want to do that, you can do that. Very simple. Just talk about who you are, your age, your availability, why you're going to be a good fit for their team, what sort of sales you've done in the past. If you want an exact Loom video tutorial, I give it away in my free community. I have a free high ticket sales community and I have a paid high ticket sales community. The free one basically gives you guys resources. I have free scripts. I have free Loom outreach help. And then in the paid one, I do job placements. So people like TJR Trades and people that have hit me up to hire reps from, that's what the paid one is for. It's basically intense training and placement. But if you guys just want scripts, you guys want to do outreach on your own, you can join my free Discord, which is the first link in the description. So if you guys want to fill that out and get my exact Loom video tutorial plus scripts, you guys can get that completely for free in the first link in bio. Once you land your first job, somehow, some way, you figured out the evergreen market, you picked a good creator, you landed your first job, the next step is going to be deliver. And the reason I'm putting this last, okay, is because this is the process that I went through. So when I got hired for my first job, in a pretty lucky way. I knew an influencer that was pretty small at the time. I knew him personally. He blew up on social media and I actually was part of this network. So he reached out to me because he knew I was pretty well spoken and he was like, dude, do you want to close some of these deals for a commission? So I got pretty lucky. I was part of this network, which is pretty rare, but it is what it is. So I got put on that and then I had zero sales experience, but over time, as I started doing sales and stuff like that, I got really good really, really fast. So it's more about just doing the reps and understanding the process rather than doing 50 hours of sales training before you get on your job. Because at the end of the day, so for example, if you're trying to get fit, like you can watch videos about fitness all day long, but you're not going to get jacked. You're not going to see results till you pick up the weights. Like it's kind of the same way in sales. Like you just have to actually get on the phones. You got to understand it. You got to see how people work. And in the meantime, if you're actually a grinder and a hustler, you're going to get better every single call. So by the time 2 months, 3 months passes by, you're going to be a killer. So deliver, become a top performer ASAP. The heavy lifting is done. You got the job. Now comes the actual work that you will get paid for. You do your job wrong, you're going to get fired. So going back to my story, if I was an appointment setter my first 2 months and I didn't perform and I got fired, I would never be where I am today. So you have to take this serious. You're going to lose a lifetime opportunity if you guys fumble this once you get on a job. You're going to miss out on thousands of dollars. All right. So chances are you're starting as an appointment setter. You have zero sales experience. There's 2 types of appointment setters. Okay. There's a DM setter and then there's a phone setter. All right. So depending on what you get hired for, they do the exact same job. Okay. They do the exact same job. The whole point of these 2 jobs are to schedule qualified people onto a call. This is the same. To schedule a qualified person onto a call with the closer, very simple. The difference is that this person does it in the DMs. So like I showed right here, a DM setter would literally DM these people like from the influencer's account rather than a phone setter would collect their number and call them up. So I recommend starting as a phone setter because like you're going to get more experience. You're going to be able to transition to closer easier. But a DM setter, so the influencer posts his content. They post a CTA saying, hey, if you guys want to learn how to do what I do, if you guys want to lose 20 pounds in the next month before summer, your job as a DM setter is to take all the people that swipe up, qualify them, identify their gap of where they're trying to go, get their commitment, propose the closing call, and then schedule the call with the closer. Very simple framework, okay? Phone setter is the lead comes in, you call them up. If no answer, you text them. You find their current situation. You find out why they actually want to sign up for this in the first place. You introduce the program, how it works. You qualify them, schedule call. Same process, okay? One of them is just on the phone calling. One of them is through text. You can choose whatever you're going to do. If you have like a heavy accent, if English isn't your first native language, I would be a DM setter. If you're pretty well spoken, I would be a phone setter. So it just depends on you. So yeah, it's really as simple as that. Like, that's really the whole process. And then once you guys get really good at phone setting, you're going to be able to talk to the closer on the offer because you're going to be setting appointments for the closer. You can watch his closing calls. You can understand his process. You can get better at closing. If you want to start directly as a closer, because you probably don't have enough experience or skill set, you're probably going to get fired pretty quickly. But if you already have sales experience and you kind of know how closing works, I have a script in my free Discord as well if you want my free closing scripts. But yeah, your whole job is to take the appointment that these people set and collect their payment. Handle their fear. If they say they need to talk to their wife, don't let them talk to their wife. Put the responsibility on them. Put the responsibility on them to make a change. You guys know how sales works. If you're applying as a closer, it's a bit of a different position. But like I said, I have my free script. If you guys want to get my closing script for free, you can do that as well. So if you apply everything I said in this video, in this full course, there's zero reason you won't be able to make at least $2K a month in the next 90 days guaranteed as a little side hustle, side money. If you guys want to skip this whole process, skip the guesswork, be guaranteed a sales role as a setter or a closer in the next 30 days, you can apply to our paid mentorship, paid in full, down below. No outreach, no BS sales training. We give you guys exactly what you need for sales. We do 4 calls a week. We have a ton of material. We have live calls you guys can review. Everything, a starter pack for this industry that you guys can get started with, and then guaranteed placement. Okay, that's what really matters. Because if you guys can get guaranteed place on an offer like TJR or a massive influencer, there's no way you won't be able to make money. We have hundreds and hundreds of student results. Anthony, in less than a week, got on his first offer as a setter. This guy landed an offer without a day of outreaching in our program. 5K offers, 7.5% commissions. David set 6 out of 6 appointments, made $2,500 PIF, 850 split. Emmanuel joined, made $125 his first week, first taste of internet money. Trey started with us at 0 sales experience, is making $1,900 every week. First days in PIF as a setter, first 4 days, he already had a PIF. First $125 made online. Robert's like 17 years old. Michael made a PIF. We have hundreds and hundreds of results. I post them on my Instagram all the time. Follow my Instagram if you guys want to see all of our testimonials. The reason we started this program is because so many influencers need good sales reps. That's where they hire from. So they literally just hit me up asking, do you have any good sales reps? So we train you guys up, make sure you're good, put you on the offer. But yeah, if I missed anything in this video, if anything's still confusing, feel free to DM me on Instagram. DM my Instagram at Colby Lyman with 2 N's. I'm going to link it in my it's going to be the third link in this description. I respond to all my DMs. It's me, myself. It's not like a setter or anything. I actually respond to my Instagram. And yeah, hopefully you guys learned something in this video. So I hope you took notes. I hope you actually took notes, took this stuff serious. I know I didn't get into the specifics of sales in this video, which I'm going to do. If you guys want my free scripts and the specifics on how to actually set and how to actually close, I have that free link down below. But this is just the basics of this industry. This is literally how to get into it, how it works, how you can start to make money with it ASAP, and the exact process that I personally use to get into it. So at this point, you have one of 2 options. You can follow everything in this video. You can do outreach, try to get on an offer yourself with 0 sales training, or you can get help from a team who has literally helped hundreds of people land their first remote sales offer, done sales training that they need, no bullshit sales training, literally just all you need to get started as soon as possible. No 3-month boot camp that they're just trying to make more money off of you. Literally just everything you need, nothing you don't, to get onto an offer ASAP. I've invested thousands of dollars into high ticket sales mentorship on my own, and a lot of the times I unfortunately did get scammed. I did not get what I paid for, so that's the whole reason why I'm starting this in the first place. I paid over $5,000 for someone to mentor me. I got like 3 calls. It helped a little bit, but it wasn't really what I needed. It was a lot of fluff stuff. So if you guys actually want to do this and you feel like you're going to be good, you're well-spoken, you're hardworking, you're actually dedicated to doing something other than your 9 to 5, click the first link in our bio. We have over 160 vetted offers that we hire for every single month. People that you watch all the time, massive influencers, have hit us up to hire sales reps. We hire for over 160 vetted offers every single month that do over 200K a month. So if you guys want guaranteed training, guaranteed placement, no fluff, and get placed on an offer within 14 days of joining, click the first link below. So that's really it. If that's you, click the link. I'll speak to you soon. If not, like this video so you can easily find it again. Rewatch this video if you guys missed anything or didn't take notes on it, because this video is going to help you. And subscribe to the channel for more stuff on remote sales. If you guys have any questions, you can DM me on Instagram. I'll help you guys out. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.